Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Everybody Dice Plays. This time it's another solo mode with Unbroken, a purely solo game. I think it's the first one we've covered. So, the idea of this game is that you are a dungeon explorer. However, things haven't gone very well. Your party's been killed, you're the last survivor, and now you've kind of got this desperate struggle to make your way out. Okay. That's essentially it. This game you can play straight out of the box. It actually comes with a number of really useful quick play guides that guide you through the entire thing. Literally the only thing you have to do is look in the rules to see how you're going to set this game up. Okay, so without further ado, I'll explain what we have to do. We have to defeat 4 monsters, just 4. You don't even have to defeat them. You can sneak past the first 3, but the last one has to be defeated. Each one requires you to spend a certain amount of effort. Well, every action you do requires spending effort, and you have 13 effort. You have no weapons, you just have your bare hands to start off with, which is the card just here. You may have a skill as well. For your character here, I'm going to be playing today as Huckdorf the Hunter. He has an action he can take during the travel phase where he can just get food, which is something else you have to consider in this game. Every time you defeat a monster, you have to feed yourself or you're going to die of starvation. He can also do a special skill called Lay of the Land, which again he's allowed to look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. He doesn't get to play them, he just gets to look at them. He also has Subsist, which is a response at the beginning of the hunger step. I can reduce my food requirement by 1. That as well is massively helpful. So literally all you do here, you literally have an actions guide that tells you all the general and travel actions that you can take. General actions can be taken during any phase, during the combat phase or during the travel phase, whereas travel actions can only be taken during the travel phase. One of the things we have to consider at first is that we don't know which monsters we're facing. So one of the most important skills you can do is scout. So let's follow the quick reference chart here anyway. So we start from here and we've got a little marker. Preparation step. Take as many general and travel actions as you wish. After each action, does time tracker reach 0? Okay, so at the moment, how many general actions and travel actions do we want to take? I would very much suggest that we take a scouting action, which for the first level that we're at requires spending 1 effort, so we go from 13 down to 12, and we also reduce the time by 1. So it goes from 7 down into 6. Now, when the time tracker reaches 0, the monster ambushes us. So we really want to try and engage in combat before that hits 0. One of the things we also have to consider is that effort is very hard to get back. We really want to try and craft a weapon. That's important. Luckily for the first monster, we don't have to worry about food, because after the first monster action, because our food requirement is reduced by 1, we don't have to worry about finding food to feed ourselves after we've defeated whatever monster we're fighting. Our bare hands are ridiculously weak. When it comes to fighting, we can spend 2 small effort, which is currently all we've got, to do a damage to it, or we can spend 2 medium effort to do 3 damage. If our opponent is unfortunately armoured, we have to use a great amount of effort, which we don't have any of. So we don't have any medium, we don't have any regular. So like I said, the first thing is we've paid the amounts for our scouting action. So what we do is we take the dice now and we roll it. And we've rolled a 2. So we take all the level 1 monsters, and we look at which one has number 2 written on it, and they're indicated just there. So 5, 3, 2. That's what we want. These aren't in order. So we have a gibberling there. Tish-tack. Okay. These level 1 monsters now can be discarded because we're not going to come across any more of them during this. So what can we see right now? If he manages to ambush us, he's going to deal 2 damage to us and we'll gain the paranoid trait. Oh no, sorry, 2 damage is how much he needs before he's dead. Now, his trickery, all we have to do is spend 3 time and we can sneak past him and not have to worry about fighting him at all. At the beginning of the battle step, gain the panicked for level 2. Okay, I see. So we'll enter level 2 panicked if he gets to respond. So, our reward for doing this is we're going to gain 1 time in the next one, we're going to gain a skill card, we're going to gain a medium effort, and we're also going to gain the planning. So he's not going to give us any food, but we do not have to worry about that. We've got some time to be able to prepare for this. I would quite like to use the time to try and find some materials to be able to build a weapon. So in order to build a club, we're going to need 3 wood. In order to make a knife, we're going to need a medium effort and we're going to need a metal. So we have not reached 0 yet on there. So decision step, are we going to fight the monster now? We're currently looking at there. We're going to say no. So that will take us back to there again. And essentially this is going to keep going. So, oh sorry, it goes to no and it goes down to there. So we do this after every action. So our first action was to scout. The next thing is the exploration step. We have to reveal 2 cards from that deck. Now, one of these actions, in fact neither of these actions we can do. So all we can do is rest. So what do we do? So we have to select one and discard the other. So I feel like we're going to discard that one and we're going to keep that one. It's going to cost us 2 time. So we're going to basically receive effort now equal to the time there. So we're going to gain 2 effort and then we're going to lose 2 time. So we've rested and we've gone down to there, which is lose time equal to the encounter card's time value. Does the time tracker reach 0? No, it does not. So we get to go to the preparation step. So now we have another decision to make at this point. Is there anything that we want to do right now? We currently cannot craft a weapon. We still have time before we have to fight. We will be able to beat him without... We are going to be able to... I don't think we're going to lose to him. I really don't think we will. I don't understand what losing time will do during the combat step. Reveal the monster if not yet revealed, reset the time, apply the ambush effect. Right, ambush step. Okay, so in other words, if you get ambushed. Reveal the monster if not yet revealed. Reset the time. Will you trick the monster? No. Then you move into the battle step. Okay, yeah, I see what it's saying there. Okay, so you still only have so much time before you move on to the next one. I see. So, sorry, I'm just refreshing myself a little bit here, just to kind of remind me a bit. I think we still have time to draw up a couple more encounters. I don't think there's any actions that we want to take. I mean, the only thing we could do is focus which is an expensive action, is going to cost 4 per one. I mean, 2 focus will ensure that we kill them in 1 hit, but we aren't going to gain anything to be able to actually build a weapon in the next round. I mean, this is not ideal, so I think what we could do is, yeah, let's focus. So we'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to gain 1 medium focus. Then we'll draw 2 more encounter cards. Okay, so we can either oh man, that's ridiculous. Okay, we don't have any metal, so we can't do that one, so let's discard that one straight away. Now this one, we can either do a back and forth, and technically if we spend our medium effort, we've gained 1, but I don't think it's worth it. I think that medium effort is worthwhile. So we'll gain 1 effort from that, we'll lose 1 time by taking the rest action. And we go back to the preparation step again. And once again, if we spend 1, 2, 3, 4, give ourselves another one of those, we now know that we can kill the Gibberling in 1 hit. We're still going to be getting the panic condition, we can't do anything about that. But as long as we don't draw 2 cards with 3 time on there, we're going to be absolutely fine. So we've got a 0, but we need wood for that one. Or we can spend 1 to gain 2 wood. That will put us very close to being able to gain the club. But our effort is plummeting. But I think it's worth losing 1 time to gain 2 wood. And we spent 2 effort to do that as well. We're pushing it, but you know, it's working out okay. So, what do we want to do now? You have enough effort. Take as many general actions as you wish. After each action, does time tracker reach 0? I suppose so. You choose when you're moving on. So let's move. We're not going to take any. We're just going to move straight to the decision step. Are you going to fight the monster now? No. Let's push this. Oh no! Let's fight them. Let's go to yes, and we're going to fight this monster. So we move over into step 1B. Reveal the monster if not yet revealed, but he's already revealed. Reset the time. So, do we want to trick the monster? I don't think we do. I think I'd rather get that effort. Okay. Sorry, you want to move on to the battle step. So, at the beginning of the battle step, gain the panicked condition for level 2. So we go into this deck here. Panicked is going to follow us into the next one. It's not actually active yet. It says for level 2. Okay. So, oh, I keep forgetting about my hunter actions. I actually could have done stuff from there before. Either way, let's carry on. So, make attacks and take actions to defeat the monster. Were you able to win? Yes, we are, because what we're going to do is we're going to expend 2 medium effort in order to inflict 3 damage, which is enough to defeat it. So our rewards are: we gain 1 medium effort, we gain 1 planning, we gain 1 extra time. It'll be 1 extra time on top of that one there. And we gain skill. So what happens when you gain skill is you take your skill deck, you draw 2, and you get to choose from between them. Daring, at the beginning of a battle step, gain effort equal to the current level. That's pretty cool. Resistant, response, after a monster's combat action would cause you to gain a condition, you may gain effort and reduce combat roll result by 1. Okay, I kind of like the daring, so that goes above there, and our discard pile goes out down there. Usually we'd have to pay food at this point, but luckily our hunter ability stops us from doing that, or it reduces it by 1, so we don't have to do anything. So we've advanced the level. Sorry, I should have been following this down here. The hunger step we skipped. We are alive still. Was the monster you defeated level 4? No. Advance to the next level, already done that. Up to the current level, discard any active condition cards. Apply the condition card you gained for the next level. So we have become panicked. And go to step 1, preparation step. Okay, so that is gone. Dead. We are on monster level 2. We've only got 3 more monsters to kill. So, for the moment, we are not looking good in terms of how much effort we have left. It's not looking good at the moment. We need more. We certainly need food now, because at the end of the next step, we are actually going to have to pay at least 1 food to get us through it. We have more time this time though, so that's good. We should have set up the monster tracker before. He should have gone up to 2 and then reduced down, but no worries. We also have to scout again at some point. So again, we can take as many actions as we like. So first of all, I'm going to do the lay of the land. I should be doing this every turn really, and look at the top 5 cards of the deck. It's just a look action, don't get to keep any of these, so really what I'm interested in, I'll just explain quickly. The panicked, I reveal 1 less encounter card during the exploration step, down to a minimum of 1. So I'm only going to be drawing that one there, where I can spend medium effort in order to gain 2 logs. It's not going to waste any time though, so I won't lose any time for doing that, but I also won't gain any effort back. The next turn, I do have a panicked, a planning, and I will be able to create a knife, so on the second turn that would work out quite well for me. I can spend 2 effort at any time to gain some food, but I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to scout, so it takes 2 effort this time and 2 time on that one. So let's scout, let's see what we've got. We've got monster number 4. Okay, so 6, 5, 4. It's a goblin. It's a goblin. And the rest of them can go away. So his ambush is simply that we will lose. Oh, but then we lose effort if we're actually lacking the resources. Trickery again, I don't like to use trickery if possible. He actually has 1 armor and 3 health, so we can set that up ready. I really feel like I need a weapon at this point. So we really want to try and get that knife, so we know that the second one in there is going to be some metal, and we should be able to make our knife. It will cost us our planning though. We don't have enough wood to upgrade our club. Is there anything else we'd like to do at the moment? I don't think there is. So our encounter, we only unfortunately draw 1 now. We'll lose no time. I don't want to use that medium effort to gain the wood. Yeah, I really don't want to. And that armour is going to be a pain in the next one. So I'm just not going to do anything with that. That will just get discarded. Move on to the next one. Nothing we can really do at the moment. The only thing I might do is spend 2 effort, and that's going to put me all the way down to 1. Oh my god. But I need that to gain 1 food, and that will feed us through the next encounter. God, this is going horribly. I really need to get myself some effort back. That panicked is really not doing me much good. See, upgrading to the knife, I can spend my medium effort in order to make that, which I know is coming up now. So we do that. We'll spend that in order to gain 2 metal, and then we lose 2 time. There. Okay. We're going to craft. We're going to get ourselves that knife. So we're going to lose our medium effort. We are going to lose 1 metal. We're going to lose 2 time. And we are going to craft ourselves a knife. So to upgrade to a spear, it's going to take 1 metal, 1 wood, 1 time, and 1 effort. But that's going to put us down to 0 effort right now, so we really do not want to do that. Let's reveal the next card. Okay, this is good, believe it or not. Despite the fact that we're going to be losing 4 time, this is going to get us some effort back. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because although it would be really nice to gain that, it doesn't really help us whilst we have our knife. Unfortunately, we do need some planning back, and planning costs a lot of effort, but we have to make do right now. This is going to be very tough. The thing is, because he's armoured, every hit we do, we're going to need a medium effort plus 2 more effort in order to break through it. So, what do we want to do now? Let's look at these cards using my scouting action. So, that should not be in there. That is, just in case you're wondering, that one just there, that's kind of like a make your own kind of thing. So we know that our next is going to be another 4. Oh boy, that is... Well, I feel like we've been screwed here. We're out of time. If I decide not to take the decision step right now. Do you know what? I think we're done. We can certainly try, but it's not coming off good. Thing is, we need a planning in order to break the armour. That's going to cost 4. That's going to put us all the way down there. At which point, yeah, we are done. We are 100% done. There's no way we can actually make our way through this. That panicked has really not done us any good. Just out of interest, with our scouting before, it would have been 2 4s anyway, so even if we were drawing 2 cards at a time, this has not gone our way. Okay. Either way, his ambush, he does that. Out of the 5 cards we drew before, what was our top 2 options? Could spend an effort to gain 2 metal. discard an active condition with that one, but we're not even going to get to that because that's the one we're going to draw. I think our best option here is to upgrade to a spear and hope that it gives us more flexibility with how much damage we can do to the goblin. I think that's the only way we're going to make it through this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use as another action during this to craft. It uses 1 wood, 1 metal, 1 effort, and 1 time. That gives us a spear. At which point we can spend 2 effort in order to do 2 damage, which is still only going to do 1 damage. It kind of feels like we're going to die as we're hitting him, and we're only going to be able to do 2 damage to him. Thing is, we can, at the beginning of the hunger step, lay of the land, look at the top. We will be gaining some extra effort as we go in, so it's possible we can kill him, and we'll be left on the very cusp of dying afterwards. You can see this game can actually go very wrong, and the game can be up in no time whatsoever. So we're going to opt right now, we're going to move on to our decision step, and we're going to fight him. Trickery step. Will you trick the monster? We don't have the planning to be able to do that anymore, so no. We're going to battle him. You and the monster take turns in combat, make attacks and take actions to defeat the monster. Were you able to win? Let's find out. So our daring skill, at the beginning of the battle step, we gain effort equal to the current level. So we're actually going to gain 2 effort at the beginning, thanks to our daring skill. That might just save us here. Then what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to spend 2 effort to inflict. Let's get rid of the armor. Okay. Okay. Do you die as soon as you hit 0? Because that's quite important. Well, let's find out anyway, because now it's his turn. So what happens on a monster's turn? You roll the dice and you simply check the chart. So 4, disarm, downgrade weapon for 2 turns. That might have cost us. Okay. So we'll spend 1 effort with our knife to remove one of his health. He goes. 2, wound, lose an effort. We're dead. We are dead. Because we're going to spend 1 effort to do 1 wound. 1, miss, no effect. We're alive, but now our weapon upgrades. And our problem is we can't do anything. All we have left is 1 effort. We have no way of gaining effort back. At least I don't think so. I don't think there's any way we can kind of like heal ourselves mid-combat. Thing is, it says if you can't do an action, then if you can't fully pay for an action, you just simply can't do it. So really what we're hoping for here, because we can't do anything, we're really hoping that we roll a 4 here. Because if we roll a 4, we can actually hit him on the next turn. Because it actually says when you're forced to pay effort and you have none left to give, then you lose. So there's a chance still. If he rolls a 4, I'm going to hold this up to the camera there. We are looking at 4. That has downgraded our weapon to the knife for 2 turns. And you know what? We're going to use that effort to hit him for 1 more wound, and that's him dead. Somehow we've made it through that. What do we gain for that? We gain 2 metal. We gain 1 extra time, so when we move up to the next one, we really need to heal though. We desperately need to heal. We gain a medium effort, and we get to go through some skills again. Luckily, our condition gets wiped out for the next one, so that's gone. Good. We draw 2 skill cards again. Let's see what we got. Patient. After taking your turn during the battle step, spend an effort and a time, or 3 effort if the monster is level 4, to immediately take another turn, limit 1 per round. Or, response. At the beginning of the exploration step, you may take an encounter of your choice from the encounter discard pile instead of drawing from the encounter deck. I think I might go with perfect memory. I think. Simply because I don't feel like we have the effort to actually make it through that, and that might actually help us to heal up a little bit more. The only problem is we can only do it once during this entire level. Okay. So we've now moved on to step 3. I do actually have to spend 1 of my food because I need that in order to gain 1 effort back. So we're currently sitting on a single effort. So yeah, this is not looking good at all. We need some serious luck here in order to get us through this. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. So we have our spear. Spear is a top tier level weapon, so as such we don't have to worry about advancing that anymore. However, what we do need is, we desperately need to end this with at least 2 food. We need 2 food, and we desperately need to regain our effort. So, in order to scout this time, we need a planning and a time. We do not have a planning. So I'm going to look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Like I said, I should be doing this every turn, really. So our next cards are going to be a rusted cage, spend to get that, or discard an active one of those. So we're going to get a good chunk of health back for the next one. Then our next turn, gain -1 to all of the monster's combat rolls on this level. Ooh, that's really good. And time for food. Okay, so we know what we're going to do here. We're simply going to draw 2 of these. It doesn't matter which one we get rid of, because what we're going to do is lose 4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4 to gain back 4 effort. 2, 3, 4. Next turn, I kind of feel like we have to do the same again. We have to draw 2. I don't feel like, because we can't scout at the moment because we haven't got enough planning to be able to do that. But minusing 1 to all of the monsters' combat rolls on this level is incredibly good. Or I could spend 2 time. So at the beginning of the exploration set, you may take an encounter card of your choice from the encounter discard pile instead of drawing from the encounter deck. So I could use that to gain food and take this one this time. So I might do that. I'll put that to one side. 1, 2, 3. I'll remember that. That goes to the discard for now. But again, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go straight to this, and I'm going to take that rather than that. So I'm going to use my perfect memory. So 2 time to gain 1 food. It's still not quite enough. we still don't have enough time to really do anything. We really need to scout, but we just cannot at the moment. That's going to take 4 effort, which is going to leave us with 1 effort all over again. Let's have a look at these cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, for God's sake, why do I keep these in there? Sorry guys, that's the problem with playing straight out the box there. Okay, so we can spend 1... Oh, that is really useful for me. I'm actually going to turn that to show that I've already used that skill. Because I have spare wood, so that would be incredible. And it only uses 1 time. So yeah, I'm going to skip straight to there. I'm going to draw them. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to use that, because I will run out of food and I will starve if I do that one right now. So I'm going to spend the 1 wood, gain 1, 2, 3, 4, and lose 1 time for that. Okay, so if I spend 4 to gain a planning, and then I see what we've got, I think that's going to be my best move right now before I really carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4 to gain a planning. I'm then going to spend that and 1 time in order to see what I'm fighting. It's going to be monster number 6. Monster number 6? Nope, you're number 3. You're number 6, an orc brute. So, looking over the totems of worship she wears, you question what turned this proud brute over to the other side. Her necklaces sway as you attempt to keep her jagged blades from slashing your face. Bloodstained axes nick you and your fresh blood to their edges. With nowhere else to run, you steel yourself to fight off your demise 1 more time. Okay. So, what am I looking at here? I'm 7 health and an armor. So getting rid of that armor for a start is not going to be easy. This really is not going to be easy at all. But what I can see is I'll gain a food from fighting. So the good thing about that is I know I don't have to look for food right now. I currently have enough to be able to get me through it. But I really need to get my effort up, because this is not, at this moment I do not have enough to be able to get through it. I know I gain 3 effort at the beginning of a round, but that is not enough. So I'm going to keep, let's do my scouting skill again, just to see what I can get out of this. So it's going to be 2 or 2. I can spend 2 to gain a medium effort. That's going to probably be more important than gaining regular effort. So yeah, I'm going to move to the encounter phase, and I'm going to take that one. Spend 2 time, and I'm going to gain a medium effort. Only because that's going to allow me to hit harder later. Let's do the same again. Let's search this. See how many more turns I can actually get out of this. Oh, for God's sake. So bad. I can gain 2 planning. That's not really going to help me for this one. I'm going to gain a planning out of it anyway. But I'm not going to be able to do that, but I am going to be able to do that one. In the next turn I've got 2 1s. And they both spend an effort to gain food. Okay, so let's move on to the encounter phase again, and I'm going to take this one because that one will put me over time. 1, 2, and then I'll gain 2 effort. I know they're both 1s in there, so I can get away with doing one more search. So spend 1, and I'll gain 1 more effort. I don't know whether I actually explained that earlier. If you want, the reason why I keep gaining effort rather than doing that is because rather than taking the action, you can simply exchange the time for effort. So you still have to spend the time, but you gain that much effort back. At this point, we're going to have to fight. I could spend effort beforehand to get me ready for it, but I think I might, depending on how things go, I might be okay. Might. This one really manipulates how much is done to you. Okay, so let's do this. Let's fight. So, as usual, I go first. I get to gain effort equal to the current level, so I'll gain another 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice little skill. All of a sudden, I'm actually looking like I'm not in that bad shape. I think that could change, however. So I'm going to start off by getting rid of that goddamn armour. So I'm going to spend 2 of my effort to knock their armour out. They then get a turn, and it's -1 to their roll, remember. So 3, that's down to 2, I lose 2 effort. 1, 2. My next turn, I'm going to use 1 medium effort and 1 regular effort to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Good stuff. Their turn. 4 minus 1. So I lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. I'm really relying on this next roll. I am very much relying on this next roll. So I'm going to use my last medium effort and 1 effort, so I'm sitting on 2 effort right now to do 3 more damage there. 1, 2, 3. Can you use your old weapons? Because it seems like if I go down to 1 effort, I'm just done. So you would upgrade. Can you have more than 1 item one weapon going at once? I don't think you can, because it mentioned that you downgrade. So that means I've lost this, because, oh boy, that's a heavy hit anyway. That is a 6 downgraded to a 5. I either reduce a medium effort to regular effort, which I don't have, or I have to lose 2 effort. The next time I'm forced to lose effort, I'm dead. I can't do anything, so they get their turn. Alas, it comes to an end. I have no effort to lose. I gave it a good go. They had 1 wound left. I still had 1 more monster fight on the way out. It really didn't go great. I feel like we got a really bad run on the first one. We dealt with it really well during the second level, and I felt like we did all that we could for that 3rd battle. By all means, if you think I made mistakes along the way, let me know in the comments down below. If you would actually like to try this game yourself, you can go to Altema Games. I'll put the link in the description below. They actually provide a free print and play version of this, but for the colour version, I think it costs $5, something like that. But this actual version is available in the shops, just as general release anyway. It's kind of like a deluxe edition. Thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to follow us on social medias, you can find us on Twitter at EverybodyDice and on Instagram at EverybodyDiceShow. We have a Facebook page. You can find it at facebook.com/EverybodyDice. Sorry. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, share, even subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That would be a massive help to us. If you've really enjoyed it and want to help kind of help the channel grow in other ways, we have a Patreon that you can donate to. Patreon.com/EverybodyDice. From $1 a month you can gain access to the monthly newsletter, to the monthly review poll. You can even help us select our topic for our podcasts, as well as having access to the Patreon Discord, which we sometimes use to run RPGs, and we're thinking about maybe doing Tabletop Simulator or something like that on there as well with our patrons. If you'd like to find all of our stuff in one place, you can do at everybodydice.com. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you around next time. Till then, bye!